I can talk for years about the costume in Wicked because I think that it really does highlight the intersection of politics, of power, and of personal identity. And I think that this is why it's so important to talk about what politicians wear. You know, every time there's an inauguration, fashion writers like Vanessa Friedman from the New York Times and Robin Givhan or Rachel Tashjian from the Washington Post will always zoom in on the clothing that the main characters wear. You know, why Michelle Obama is wearing maroon, for example, or who is dressing Melania Trump this time around. And they always get so much flack for it because people think that clothing and fashion is surface level or frivolous and not relevant to the very serious business of politics. But I think that this movie really shows that no matter how frivolous it may seem, it is important to think about what politicians wear and what message they're trying to convey with their clothing, because they will use it. They will use whatever resources they have in their power to project a certain image. Like, I remember when the Ukraine war just started happening and we were seeing the Ukrainian president Zelensky in a lot of like jeans and hoodies because they were essentially running the government from like a basement somewhere. And then out of nowhere, the French president Macron came out wearing a black hoodie and a pair of jeans instead of his usual suits. Keeping in mind, you know, Zelensky was getting a lot of support from everyone at the time at the start of the Ukrainian war. And I think when these things happen, when a person who usually wears, a very powerful person, a president of a country who usually wears suits, suddenly comes out and wearing a hoodie and jeans, it's worth taking the time to pause and think, now, why did he do that? This person who has probably every tailor in the world at his disposal and endless resources to design any clothing that he chooses to put on, why has he all of a sudden now, at this moment, got on a hoodie and jeans in the office?